sees the memes of production, and the like and subscribe button. Too obsessed with ideological purity tests and should push back against far-left staffers and groups that exert a disproportionate influence on policy and messaging, produced by the center-left group Third Way and obtained by Politico. That's great. One of the key ways to win back the trust of the working class, some gathered there argued, was to reduce far-left influence and infrastructure on the party. You can really feel that. The gathering resulted in 5 pages of takeaways. I'll take a look at that in just a second. Please, please. Let's see. Weak messaging. Their takeaways. The party should embrace patriotism, community, and traditional American imagery. Candidates should get out of elite circles and into real communities, e.g. tailgates, gun shows, local restaurants, churches. Own the failures of Democrats in large cities and commit to improving local government. Well, that's nice. Well, it was nice of them to boil this down to 5 pages. Does the far left even meaningfully exist in the US anymore? Yeah, you're in the one remaining channel. Thank you. It's literally the no labels people that Manchin went with and got canned for. Let's see. I love learning stuff like this. Suppression of third-party candidates. An 80-minute... When it can't highlight stuff in Wikipedia. It scrolls up like that. 80-minute call organized by Third Way with recording obtained by Semaphore detailed the Third Way's efforts to suppress third-party candidates and groups such and such. No labels, including Kennedy. What's in the labels of the ballot? Trademarks. I don't think this necessarily means that because people associated with this group have gotten lambasted for their behavior, that doesn't necessarily mean that these the people present at this meeting weren't politically relevant. Were there not elected officials here? Did I not say that? When several dozen Democratic political operatives and elected officials... I mean, Masaiga won. I'm just saying, you know, there's a contradiction for these elected officials. I would like to know that. APAC Dems. Well, that's just the Democrats. A lot of people posting about this. The Democrats right now are floundering in general, so the behavior of those people isn't surprising to me. How indicative it is, you know, we'd have to see, I suppose. Third Way got into a war with no labels last year to stop them from challenging Biden with a unity ticket. Third Way is still aligned with the Dems. That's certainly my impression. I don't think there's any reason to believe that that's not the direction they're taking things. For starters, the party chose the battleground state moderate Elissa Slotkin of Michigan to deliver its response to Trump, a Republican by another name. Slotkin outperformed former VP Kamala Harris by more than a full percentage point in all but 28 of the state's 83 counties, according to a Detroit News analysis. Group of moderate Democrat consultants, campaign staffers, elected officials, and party leaders gathered in Loudoun County, Virginia for a day-and-a-half retreat. Organized by Third Way, the centrist Democratic think tank and operated by Chatham House Rules, resulted in 5 pages of takeaways, a document playbook obtained from one of the participants. Parentheses, not all attendees endorsed every point. Okay. That's not very helpful. Michigan, surprisingly Republican. It's like razor-thin margins. The retreat's conversation centered on a disconnect with the working class. I can't stand it when moderates and reactionaries talk about the working class. Dude, the working class, they say the working class, what they mean is like white evangelicals who live in the rural areas outside of town. For one, you don't know who the working class is. For two, if you met them, you would hate them and they would hate you. For three, the cities are full of working class people. Absolutely packed full of them. They're not all white. They're not all men. They do have a point about left-wing idpol not resonating with the working class. What left-wing idpol? Where? Where is it happening? That's my question. The Kamala Harris didn't run it all. Kamala Harris is a black woman, but her campaign was devoid of social messaging. Like, where is it? Where is it happening? I'm getting right-wing idpol flooding the marketplace of free ideas every day, every moment I look online, and the president of the United States is like complaining about blacks attacking whites in South Africa or some crazy shit. Like it's every right-wing grievance, every social grievance, every culture war talking point is being fronted. Where's left-wing idpol? We need to get woker. Yeah, the silent majority that never shuts the f up. Maybe the issue is that this left-wing idpol, when it is represented, is being fronted by rich New York City Democratic consultants who neither believe what they're saying nor understand what people actually want to hear. Like, rather than this stuff being fronted by, you know, actual progressives or members of minority groups or whatever, they're actually desperately suppressing all forms of economic progressivism in favor of like toothless idpol that's only meant to like project an image of progressivism, like Hillary Clinton responding to Bernie Sanders in the 2016 primary by saying, well, how would free Medicare help solve sexism or whatever? This is manufactured. I feel like their entire Twitter is left-wing rage porn. The only purpose of think tanks like this is to push people to the right, okay? It's so obvious when you look at society. Look, open your eyes and look around. What's causing the issues, okay? White supremacy, chauvinism, ultra-wealthy people. Easy. That's easy. Like, it's like you're opening your eyes. There's a pain in your arm and you look and there's a guy with a hacksaw sawing off your arm. It doesn't take a degree in medicine to understand what's going on here. These problems aren't subtle. It's obvious what's causing them, okay? And the goal of organizations like this is to go, no, 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 no. It doesn't have to be the hacksaw necessarily. Also, if you really cared about removing that hacksaw from your arm, which maybe is causing the pain, then don't you think you should focus a little bit less on land back? I mean, negotiating with the person holding the hacksaw seems like the most reasonable strategy of ending the pain if that's what's causing the pain. And it doesn't seem like they're very keen on this so-called progressive messaging that you care about, you know? It's a hostage situation, okay? Don't fall for this So if Dems are over, we only have infinite suffering left. Trick question. Life is infinite suffering. I think we got to stick to our guns this time. We have to call their bluff. We need to be woker than ever before. Yeah, no capitulation. Takeaway on why Democrats have a cultural disconnect. Overemphasis on identity politics. Kamala Harris didn't talk about IDPOL at all. The faculty lounge problem. Democrats are often viewed as judgmental, out of touch, and dismissive. You know what would fix that? A bunch of center-of-the-road consultants urging the Democrats to move to the right. Failure to prioritize economic concerns. It's more about the messaging than it is like the concern themselves. Weak messaging and communication. Fear and dissent within the party. Fear of dissent within the party. That's true. I agree with that. I agree with the weak messaging communication as well. Attachment to unpopular institutions. That's probably true as well. Allowing the far left to define the party. Nope. Reactionary rather than proactive, but not reactionary in the way that we are. We mean in the sense that Democrats react rather than proact, which is sort of true. Yeah. Over-reliance on buzzwords and political correctness. Terms like pregnant people and Latinx, two terms that Kamala Harris hasn't uttered once, and I haven't heard anyone say, hey, here's a breakdown of why Democrats lost the election that just happened a few months ago. Here are some talking points that a lefty haven't heard in years. Takeaways on why Democrats are not trusted by the working class on the economy. Vilification of wealth. In case you are wondering why this is actually being done. Guys, it's not capitalism that's doing this. It's not ignore all the obvious problems. The Democrats are too anti-wealthy. They should be, if anything, they should be celebrating the immense success and opportunity America affords immigrants in the form of Elon Musk taking control of the federal government single-handedly, you know? This fight, we know what all this is going to be. Guys, trust me, your, dickless, centrist, do-nothing party that offers nothing and doesn't believe in anything, you just need to believe in fewer things. You need to believe in fewer things. Least surprising thing ever, but their board of trustees is full of Wall Street executives. Wow, really? Shocking. So they're proposing we double down on why the Democrats lost? Yes, essentially, yes. Read number 9 at the bottom. There are multiple number 9s. What number 9? Down here? Embrace populism thoughtfully. Critique corporate excess and corruption, but avoid an anti-capitalist stance. Be bold in challenging inefficient institutions while maintaining credibility as pragmatic reformers. Guys, if we betray the working class more and more aggressively, maybe they'll begin to trust us. Moderate populism. Increíble. Co-founded by Jonathan Cohen, Matt Bennett, Jim Kessler, and Nancy Hale. Well, that's nice. Anyway, it's not the only example of the Democrats floundering lately. Unfortunately, our boy is not doing good, it seems. I'd like to read more on this. The DNC is hiring the same people who blew the last election. Democratic National Committee Chair Ken Martin is promoting from within as he fills out his senior leadership team, taking a stay-the-course approach to staffing despite the party's losses in November. Let me find the full article. That's not making me happy. That's not making me happy at all. The failing upwards party? I believe it's this. Roger Lau named DNC executive director. The DNC is opting for an experienced insider instead of a shakeup. Thoughts on third parties can't really function in the system as it operates and exists right now. Though at the rate things are going, maybe that'll change in the future. I don't know. Roger Lau has been serving as the DNC's deputy executive director since 2021, will be the DNC's next executive director. Committee officials shared first with Politico. He replaces Sam Cornell. Elected friends to lead the DNC. experienced operatives over shaking up the party apparatus in South Capitol Street. Jessica Wright joins the DNC as Deputy Executive Director and Chief of Staff to the Chair. She served as Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations at the State Department during President Joe Biden's administration and is an Obama administration alum. Oof. You really shouldn't be trusting Politico and anything that's shitting on Dems. The owner's big time in on Trump. That's all media now. Also, what would you do? Are they lying about this? I mean, this is just the article I'm looking at. I mean, if actually Bernie Sanders has been appointed like the DNC, you know, co-executive chair or something, let me know if the information is flatly incorrect. But I'm just reading the info. Bernie Sanders has been appointed supreme leader of the DNC. God, if only. Petition for Vaush to use dark mode. Nope. You know what you need to do? Install Flux on your computer or turn your phone brightness down. Why is looking at a white screen hurting your eyes? You know? You should have an orange tint on your monitor. Yeah, bring your monitor to Mexico, okay? No, I need color accuracy. What, for art? Then turn it on or off, or make it monitor dependent. I can't, I'm an artist, colors would look weird. You can bind it to a hotkey. But yes, yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway. The DNC is thrilled to announce a new slate of leaders whose depth and breadth of experience will support the Democratic Party in holding the Trump administration accountable and fighting for working families. Yay. It is possible that Ken Martin is appointing intelligently from within, like he's uplifting people who are insiders because he wants to leverage their experience to move the party in a leftward populist direction. But I'd have to see it to believe it. I'd have to see it to believe it, because that's cope. I said it's possible, not that it's likely. I'd have to see it to believe it. Oh, I saw this one. Still others are cautioning Democrats to wait until Trump steps in it himself, with veteran Democratic strategist James Carville recently urging the party to, quote, roll over and play dead until the public opinion sours on the opposition. God almighty. Well, yeah, at least Martin and Lau aren't following that advice. Just people who are utterly baffled by what went wrong. You know, why is it difficult to get a clip of that? Is this
20, 30 years of experience? Let's talk about James Carville, because you have opinion.
That doesn't have a clip of the clip. I want the clip. I looked it up. Carville rollover play dead. I'm not seeing the clip. Sanders dismisses Carville advice on rollover play dead. Is it legal for me to like see the clip?
Policy 3% exchange use makers of their tokens on the other side don't on this. Well,
evidently not. Probably not. Do we believe in video clips? Is this it? No, it's not. Is it?
Of his first week and person chaotic.
No, it's not. I'm done trying to look for it. Not in Trump's America. He wrote it? He wrote that? He said something that stupid and it was written? He could have edited it? I'm sorry. So it's just a stupid thing to say.